Good morning, everyone. How is everyone this fine Thursday morning? It's a little chilly here in California, but I guess that's to be expected with it being winter and all. Good morning, Alex.
Morning, brother.
I've been loving the videos you've been putting out.
Thanks, man.
Jeez, dude. Talk about some deep stuff. Telling you, you got to put together that meditation weekend. Oh, let's see. I think we might have lost him from. Oh, there he is.
This stupid TikTok,
I know. Well, you're black right now, though. I can hear you.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to frickin' figure out.
Oh, all right, everybody. Hold on. Alex is having some technical. There he is. As long as it isn't me pushing buttons and getting blamed, I'm good.
Yeah, stop it.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's see. Oh, I got to get my chair positioned. Hold on, everybody. All right, let's see. Let me get this chat up here. There we go. All right. Well, good morning, Dave.
Morning, guys. What's happening?
Well, for those of you who are not privy to our private text that we had last night, Dave and Alex were in a complete duel when it came to video creation.
I won.
It was a crack up, man. Dave started off with some crazy thing about me carrying a Christmas tree out of Home Depot. In fact, I posted it on my Facebook and on my Instagram. So go take a look. It'll just crack you up. At least it cracked me up anyway. And then he started in on Alex, and oh boy, did it got good. It was incredible. And then Alex had to respond, of course.
Yeah, Davy boy got spanked as a naughty little elf by Santa Claus.
Exactly. Alex, we might want to try moving over to StreamYard, because with StreamYard, I think I can pull those things up. I don't know why I can't do it.
You can do it with Restream as well.
But sir, I would need another camera or something, right?
No.
Oh.
It's just a force.
Well, I think we're going to move back to the new old format anyway. So maybe we'll do that on Monday or over the weekend. We'll try that for a while.
Keep it up, Dave. Keep it up, Dave.
Dave. Oh, my gosh. Good morning, James.
Good morning, sir.
Where are you this morning?
Actually, geographically, the exact same spot I was yesterday for this live. Oh, God.
There's James. When I tell you guys that these guys were having a duel with video creation, that's just a small sampling of what was going on. It was cracking me up. Absolutely cracking.
I was laughing too.
Yeah, me too. I know. Exactly. All right. Well, let me say some good mornings here. Let's see who we've got piling in over here. Let's see. Rick Sr. is here. Good morning, Rick. Sherry from me.
That's my favorite. That's my favorite one, Sam. Right
there.
Yeah,
I know. There it is, everybody. That's one of the ones that Dave produced with Alex, and Alex had an issue with his afro. I thought it was great.
Look at his outfit, big gold chains and that shiny.
Oh yeah, he's OG all the way there. All right, Sherry from East Tennessee is here. Tanya Moonshyper. Good morning, Tanya. Mary Lise Brown, Kissing Bandit and Lipstick. Good morning, Bandit. Charlie's here. Good morning, Charlie. Benji 1959. Big Ben is here. Good morning, Ben. GG20 said, top of the morning to you. Same to you, Gigi. Deb S. from Central Massachusetts. Joy is here. Good morning, Joy. John Langlois here. Yeah, I got it right again, John. Wildlife Fan is here. Wendy J. Pure Blood Holly Johns. Home Depot. Exactly, Holly. Exactly. Andrea Lynn is here. Cindy Hayden 59. Layson Steele. Chris Romano. Hitesh is here. I got to tell you, Hitesh sent me this just wonderful message this morning, and it just touched my heart, and I couldn't agree more, talking about this community and how we've all become so close, and it was just heartwarming. Thanks, Hitesh. Wendy's here. She said his silver just hit $64. Well, I'm sure Alex is going to get into that. Larry is here. Good morning, Larry. Sassy Minnesota girl. Let's see. Jan, loving being grandma. Tim Shaw, 707. Martini time. Good morning, Martini time. Jeanette is here. And Kevin Kiesler, Leonard Little, Laura McCrae. Oh, my goddess. Everybody's piling in. Martin's WB. Good morning, Martin. Wendy, yes, we saw silver. We're going to talk about that. Boogie B is here as well. David Morales over on YouTube. Richard Pacente is here as well. Hey, Dana Mackey's here over on Facebook. Hey, Dana. And, they were responding to each other over there. I'm going, wait a minute, I don't get that. Oh, my goodness. Nut just showed up. Good morning, Nut. Pure Blood Holly John said, terrific audience today. Yes, every day, Holly. It's just wonderful. Absolutely. Oh, look at Charlie coming in hot. I love it. Love it, Charlie. Thank you. AJM CSJ just popped in as well. Good morning, all. Okay, well, let's see. Oh, wait a second here. Oh, there was one up here I think I missed. Helpful Honey is here. I said Wendy's here. Oh, boy, I must have missed some of those up there. So I have a split screen on my TikTok studio, and I have the main chat and the portion of it, and then I have another chat above that, and then I have another chat over on Restream. So sometimes I get a little lost. So if I missed you, I apologize. We're just glad that everybody decided to join us today. Josh Cassidy as well. Let's see. Alex, how about some indices this morning? I think you're muted, Alex.
I think Dave muted me. That's bullshit.
Exactly.
So, welcome in, everybody. I'll try to get the dates right. 12/11/2025, this fabulous Thursday, the 11th of December. Man, a lot going on. S&P 500 down 15 points to 6,871. Dow, however, is up 556 to 46,613. And the NASDAQ is down 210 points to 23,444. Kind of up and down and all over the place. What's not up and down is commodities market. Gold sitting at a whopping $4,303. That's up $78. Mr. Gwen, order mistakes.
It's coming down to the wire between you two.
I'm just saying it has some pretty good potential over the next probably 10 days or so. Just not financial advice, just my personal opinion. Buy it on the TikTok shop. And the big news, silver currently up $3.22, sitting at 64.25.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
What is that up? What is that up on the year, or just the week or month? What does that break down?
Let's pull that up. Let's look at the 6 month. Currently 6 month. What is that? 77% year to date. So we'll do 1 year. 1 year, it is currently up 98.58%. Wow. So if you'd have bought in a year ago around $29, you'd be doubled your money. Looking at the crypto market. Not so good for James, but great for me on stateside. Just letting everybody know, Bitcoin is currently down 2.5% at 89,784. XRP is down 4% at $1.99. We're below that $2 mark again, but that's good. You know why? Because you buy the dip. Not financial advice. Just saying that's what I'm doing. Looking at Ethereum, it is also down 5%. Everything on the crypto market is down. Ethereum down 5% to 3,171. XLM, Stellar Lumen, is down almost 4% at 24 cents. Cardano down 10% at 41 cents. It's strange how one's up, the other's down, and this is up, and that's down, and back and forth, and this and that and the other. But hey, silver's at 64.25. Let's go. Looking at the Q drops, we had to roll back to almost the beginning, post number 328. In what is that? Parentheses, quotes, whatever the hell they are. It says owls, OWLS. Light will overcome darkness. Light will expose darkness. Light will reveal darkness. Light will defeat darkness. And if you look at the way in each one of those that darkness is spelled, remember when a particular Secretary of War had the secretary? Well, they are divided in one of the darkness when it says light will expose darkness. The other one is we have a special place picked out for GS. If you know who GS is, really special.
Interesting. And in terms of those two drops that said darkness, one of them says darkness, the other one says Darnkess, Darnkess. It's a different spelling. And I forget, I think it's Latin. It's represents something in Latin. I don't remember off the top of my head, but there are two different ones, and one of them is not spelled darkness, it's Darnkess. Maybe we'll dig into that. In fact,
that go ahead.
Well, in fact, Stormy Patriot Joe is supposed to be coming on the show. We've been back and forth on messages. He was traveling and he was going to come on this week, but I'm hopeful that he'll come on. Maybe he can shed some light on that for us. What was that, Dave?
And we didn't talk about Pete Hegseth's nameplate that's had two S's on the Secretary, which that was a Q drop.
Yes,
correct?
There was one Q drop that had SS multiple times in one drop. I don't remember which one it is off the top of my head, but you're absolutely right, Dave. Let's see here. Dana Mackey just showed up. Magic is here. Towie Bixby. Sherry said, good job, Alex. Yes, he always does a good job. Oh, let's see. Doug Rice 59 said, we bought silver at $18. Good for you, Dave. Or Doug, I should say. Excellent. Good job. Oh, let's see. Beaver just showed up from Colorado Springs. Boy, I remember those times. That was some cold, cold weather. David Morales over on YouTube said, ups and downs like Kamala's drawers. Exactly. Heels up Harris. There we go. Laura McCrae is here. Good morning, Laura. Oh, my gosh. That was a crack up. All right, let's see here. Dave, do we have a report this morning?
Yes, sir. I sure do. Pretty quiet on the grains today. Corn is slightly up a little bit. Soybeans even across the board, and wheat is up 2 cents. I'm sorry. Cattle is up 1.3%, and hogs are up just shy of 1%. We talked about a little bit in your dispatch about the regenerative stuff, and we'll tag on that stuff later on.
I put you on the spot on the Daily Dispatch this morning.
See how you are. I was up too late doing AI videos.
Exactly. Keep them coming, man. They crack me up. Thanks.
I got like 8 of them. I got 8 of them in my whole.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna have to show me. You're using that program CapCut. Is that part of TikTok or is that a whole separate app?
He's also buying credits because you can only do one free video a day.
Oh,
hey. I've got ways to get around all kinds of stuff as an IT guy.
Exactly. In fact, during that whole exchange between Alex and Dave, Dave said something about, or Alex said something, and Dave's response was, well, I guess you're going to have to find a good IT guy. Oh, that was brutal. Absolutely.
And just to give you up, it's known just enough to be dangerous. That's
Alex, will you turn around so I can grab that knife out of your back? Would you please? Okay, there we go. All right, let's see here. James, do we have a military report today, sir?
Yes, sir, we do. As you guys were haggling back and forth with those videos today and going.
Oh.
Good timing.
Quite a laugh. It was most amusing, and I enjoyed every minute of it. But until my video came out that Dave made of me, the cops, all I want to know is, were they escorting me or chasing me?
For sure, chasing you.
Don't know the power.
So in a 312 to 112 vote, the House passes a $900 billion defense policy. For what's important to me, 3.8% of that goes to pay raise, 3.8% pay raise to the military, and I'm very glad to see that. It also codifies President Trump's national security agenda, and importantly, and this is something that I discussed with Alex this morning, $2 billion goes in Pentagon funds for anti-immigrant operations. So, and I think we will be talking about some planes that they are procuring for deportation only. I have feelings on that, but I'll kind of reserve those for later in the show. Continued pressure on Venezuela and issuing a threat to Colombia. President Gustavo Petro. President Trump says he better wise up or he'll be next. That's just awesome.
Yeah.
The Trump administration accuses Colombia of producing cocaine. Petro criticizes that, and he also criticizes our boat strikes and he calls them massacres, which, we know what it really is. And, as I said yesterday, Pete Hegseth is completely trolling them by saying, you want to see the video? We'll show you the raw footage. So they seem to think that we're suppressing it for some reason, but we're really not.
Exactly. And there's so much more going on there, James. And we're going to dig into that a little bit this morning as well. Let's see here. Traveler just showed up. Good morning, Traveler. Dozer21 said, who else bought gold the day Sleepy got sworn in? Exactly. The beach chair farmer is here. Good morning, beach chair. Glad you could make it. All right. So, before I forget, a couple of things. Number one, if you're on TikTok, well, whatever platform you're on, please share this live out. We're trying to break this TikTok algorithm as well as the other ones. Seems like they put us into a funky algorithm. So please share the live out on every platform if you would. And then secondly, if you're on TikTok and you want to become a super fan of the show, which helps our algorithm, it is encouraging. It makes us feel good too. There's a 50% discount right now TikTok is offering to become a super fan. So, and that's only on TikTok. But if you can and you have the means, it would mean the world to us. Super fan on TikTok is 50% off right now. Look at all the people sharing out the show. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Hey, Mark Manson just showed up. Hey, Mark. Oh boy, we got some trolls in the chat on TikTok today. Is Lisa Maria here? I haven't seen her.
I took care of it.
Oh, okay. But is Lisa here?
I haven't seen her.
I haven't seen Lisa today.
I haven't seen
Oh
it.
my goodness.
Do not get rid of the trolls. Their comments, their BS helps the algorithm. Unless they're just vulgar, let them stick around.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
See that?
Exactly.
If anybody calls me anything other than that, they're gone.
Melissa Flinner said, how do you become a super fan? It's pretty simple. You go to, Alex, explain to them how to do that, would you?
Up there at the top where the dailies are, the little heart me's, the points that you can claim every day to be part of the fan club. If you click on that, there is a button to become a super fan. Subscriptions, they've changed it. They do this, that, but you can navigate through right up there in the top. Yeah, see that heart that just popped up on his head? If you give him one of those, that starts the whole process of getting points.
Wonderful.
It's that game where you score more points.
And it's a thing too with TikTok. They are changing so many things right now. I'm getting messages from people, other creators, friends, what have you. TikTok is doing something. I don't know what's going on, but yeah, just go there. As Alex said, that hit the super fan, you get 50% off. Melissa Flinner said the join button. Yeah, I think it's the join button. Yes. All right. So let's see here. Let's see what we have in terms of some stories today. First up, hold on a second. I've got to do this with if I don't silence my notifications on my phone, it keeps interrupting. So I had to silence that. I forgot to do it before the show. According to Reuters, a U.S. judge blocked President Trump's National Guard deployment in Los Angeles. Now, another example of overreach from the federal government, or I should say from the judicial branch. Dave, what do you make of it?
Well, just like the last two or three and everything else, it will be overturned, and I'm not an attorney.
Yeah.
So, but I can guarantee that'll be overturned.
Yep, exactly. John Langway said, pin the tail on the Sammy. I haven't heard that one before. That's funny. James?
These judges, they continue to highlight themselves by saying they're going to block this and block that. All they're doing is causing attention and calling attention to themselves and showing what kind of dipshits they really are.
Exactly. Too bad Lisa's not here. We had another interstate-ism for the book. Alex?
I can't add any more than what he just said. They're a bunch of dipshits and they're doing nothing but shining a light on themselves to show that when a real case that really matters comes before them, we know which direction they're going to go, thus putting an X on their back, meaning that they need to be removed so that we can put people in there that put the Constitution first.
Yeah, exactly. Wendy said,
Bingo.
Wendy said, according to John Langloy's comment, she said, we might have to start a Langloyism book. Exactly. Pin the tail on the Sammy. Oh, that's funny. James, we're coming to you first on this one. According to Zero Hedge, an F-18 fighter jets flew deep inside the Gulf of Venezuela, the closest approach yet. It lingered in the airspace for some, that was cool, for some 40 minutes. What do you make of it, James?
Actually, there's been several reports of FA-18 fighter jets. They said as of last night there was 337 sorties already flown. I kind of dug into this just because I have interest in seeing us kick the shit out of them. But the F-18s and any other strike fighters, F-22s, F-35s, they've all been flying cover. They're guarding the airspace. Nothing in, nothing out.
Exactly. Kissing Bandit Lipstick said, I haven't heard dipshit in a while. Exactly. We'll leave it to James. Dave?
No, that's one of his call signs out there, I think. He pulls that out every once in a while. No, it's just showing our aggression, showing what we can do, and saying, boys, get ready if you step out of line.
Yeah. Alex?
Well, they've also, I mean, when was the last time we saw GPS turned off on a country? Do a little history lesson. Look at what happens when we turn GPS off for a country. It's gonna get spicy, folks.
Exactly. Hey, Mama Bear's here. She said, I've never heard pin the tail on the Sammy before. Neither have I, Mama Bear. That was a John Langloyism. Red Wave US is here. Good morning, Red Wave. All right, moving on. So it was interesting. Elon Musk was on a podcast, an interview, and they asked him about conspiracy theories. And his response is something that I think all of us have said so many times on this show. But he said, I mean, which conspiracy theories haven't come true at this point? We've run out of conspiracy theories. Alex?
I mean, you can't say it any better than that. I will say that I truly identify as a conspiracy theorist, and my pronouns are I told you so.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I can remember back in the day, I was a tinfoil hat. I was crazy. I was this, I was that. And lo and behold, look at Traveler lighting us up. Thank you, Traveler. And lo and behold, we weren't that crazy after all. James?
I think at some point we have to realize that Elon Musk is just enjoying the ride, trolling who he can. He doesn't really give a shit about much. He's just having fun with it. And I think a lot of the politicians are in that same boat, at least the people that are on the right side of the fence.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just thinking about this in the deer stand, because you have quite a bit of quiet time and reflection, and you hear, the birds, the sounds, the planes flying over. And when a plane flies over, you look up, because every once in a while I get to see a triangle stealth headed over into Missouri. But you see a little tale about like that. And I just, man, to like you said, go back to when people are like, oh, you're full of shit. There ain't nobody, weather modification, chemtrails, blah, 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 blah. And then, right now, sit down on Google and type in weather modification. Like, there's companies that do nothing but try to how to modify the weather. And how do they do it? By taking planes and putting crap in the air. Like, it's mainstream now, where, as you said quite well, we were, you're full of it, and you go like, but we don't boast about it now, right? We're just like, well, I mean, I guess I was right.
Well, and it's interesting too. I'm going to date myself here, but I have friends of mine that I've known for 30 and 40 years that have called me in the last couple of years saying, oh my God, Sam, I remember you talking about this back in the late 80s. And, yeah, I'm old, I know. But the reality is the truth is coming out. We're moving in a time in a time period where so much is being revealed. As I've said many times, I didn't think it would happen in my lifetime, but here we are in the middle of it. Dave?
Yeah, within the last 48 hours, I had a pro with my family and a con with my family. My boys walked in and said, "Did you see silver? You were totally right about it that 4 or 5 years ago." I go,
You
"Yeah,"
think? Yeah.
and we were watching the news, and my wife says, "Hey, just need to get after and arrest them." I go, "Just be patient." She goes, "You've been saying that for 4 or 5 years." I go, "Yep,
Yeah.
just be patient."
Exactly. Exactly. Did I get everybody on that, James? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Mama Bear said, I'm in the background listening and laughing. Exactly. We're on one today, Mama Bear. We are on one. Bullet 20 XRD said, I still haven't seen Bigfoot. Well, I'm not saying every single one is coming out, but it sure is coming close. I'll tell you that. Doug Rice said,
I'll make you a video of Alex being Bigfoot tonight.
there we go. Excellent. Excellent. Doug Rice said, I've been a conspiracy theorist since the 80s. Me too, Doug. Me too. It's kind of nice to have some vindication. Oh, there's Mama Bear. She's busy, but she put a squirrel in the chat. Exactly. Kissing Bandit Lipstick said, I heard the Congress might be shut down next week. Do you all know anything on that? I don't know that whatever the narrative is one thing. What's actually happening, I think, is another. I don't know that Congress or the Supreme Court is that. Go ahead, Alex.
December 11th, 2017, post 332 today. Risk of another shutdown? Be prepared to lose access.
Yep, exactly. Now, again, unless the Patriots were in control of the narrative, if nothing else, how in the hell could you have a Q drop 5 years ago be applicable today? It can't happen. It's mathematically impossible. So is everything controlled? No. But is the majority of the narratives controlled? Yes. And that's a perfect example of it. Thank you for pulling that up, Alex. So in terms of whether the Congress is going to be shut down or not, we'll have to wait and see. I don't know how this movie's playing out, but it sure is fun to watch. That's for sure.
Hey, Sam.
Yeah.
When the Queen passed away, like it was like 8 or 9 a.m. in the morning, and I called my wife. I said, sounds like the Queen died. And they looked around, and 15 minutes later, they called me back. There's no news out there that says the Queen died. I go, I'm telling you, the Queen is gone.
Yeah.
They called me about an hour later, like, oh, now ABC just reported it. I said, I know. Well,
exactly.
You know what? They go. Well, she was really old. I said, oh, okay, now it's
now it's
really
exactly. Well, and I think that's part of the challenge with where we're living today. It's much harder to convince someone. How does that phrase go? It is harder to convince someone of the truth than it is of them being fooled, essentially.
Yep.
And I think, and I get that. We all have a certain amount of ego and a certain amount of. Yes, James.
In hand of what you just said, the proper thing is you can bullshit her, but you can't snow the snowman, and I'm Frosty.
There we go. Interstate-ism. Lisa, where are you? You've got to get this one down.
We'll have to watch the replay.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Hey, Free to Be Me just showed up. Hey, Free to Be Me. Dog Lover is here. Good morning, Dog Lover. Melissa Flinter said, that's why our weather is so effed up. Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, that's a big part of it. Tim Shaw said, Sam, we're not old. We're seasoned. Oh, is that the proper term, Tim? Okay. Oh, my gosh. Special K765 said, I called the B2s the spicy Dorito. Interesting. Well, and that's a whole nother thing. As I said, if Stormy Joe, when he comes on, he's going to give us some pretty good insight. The guy is incredible when it comes to deciphering the comms. All right, so let's move on. David Morale said, the Queen coded as London Bridge has fallen down, mentioned in 2020, her real exit. I think you're absolutely right, David. I think you're absolutely right. Okay, so there seems to be a lag. Pure Blood Holly John said, I'm over-seasoned. Me too, Holly. You're not alone. All right, but you do a great job with your reports. And everybody who's not following Pure Blood Holly Johns yet, go follow her. She does updates throughout the day. Great job on that, Holly. Keep up the good work. So according to Disclose TV, the U.S. Department of Homeland Security is establishing its own deportation fleet of 737 jets for deportations. By contracting with Boeing for those aircraft at a cost of $140 million. Now, I think there's more there than just deportations. James, what do you think?
Well, it is part of that $900 billion plan. In my opinion, all they have to do is go to Davis Monthan out there in Arizona, and they can get some really good airplanes for a hell of a lot less than 140 million.
Yeah, exactly. Benji, 1959 said, I'm well seasoned as well. Martini time said, I'm pretty damn seasoned too. I know. Alex? The Boeings, the U.S. Department.
The money that is being spent could be spent more wisely. I agree with James. But I think per the conversation that James and I had this morning, they are willing to throw any amount of money that it's going to take. It doesn't matter what it is to make this happen. It's coming. Like it, love it, hate it. It doesn't matter. We're going to go back to constitutional. You're going to follow the rule of law, or guess what? Bye-bye.
Yeah. Kissing Man Lipstick said, I'm over seasoned. Barbara Barr said, I'm salty. Oh my gosh, we're dating ourselves. Dave?
So the reason why they're spending that 140 million was to save approximately 279 million of having somebody else do it. So the idea is to, front the money to save it long term, and to buy 6 of them. This is a long term operation. Not it's going to last longer than just the next 3 years.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, according to the, go ahead, Sam.
No, go ahead, James.
According to Scuttlebutt from the Minnesota region, they are sending out deporting a plane load a day out of Minnesota.
Wow.
That's not enough.
Yeah.
It isn't.
That's why they're getting 6 of them.
Exactly. Exactly. Traveler, thank you for all the gifts. SF Trash Panda is here. Thank you for the gifts. Robbie Miller, Mary Lise Brown. Boy, everybody's lighting us up today. Thank you, everyone. Pam L.E. also, and Fred. MN Citizen is lighting us up as well. Jerry BR549. And look who it is. Crystal Zeski is here. Good morning, Crystal. All right, let's move on here. So HHS Secretary RFK Jr. just carried out a Maha promise, pouring $700 million into regenerative farming, meaning fewer chemicals in our food. RFK said with soil health comes nutrient density. Dave, break it down for us.
Yeah, I'm just coming off another conference I did Monday and Tuesday, learning about cover crops, learning about soil health, learning that if cover crops are on there, allows to absorption of water. That means less runoff. That means less stuff in our streams and everything else. But also cover crops protect against weeds too. Weeds have trouble coming up amongst other stuff that is planted and controlled in long term. So it was an interesting thing, and this is going to boost a lot of other farmers to start doing that.
Yep. James?
Well, I think it's also going to create a lot of jobs. It's going to give people another perspective. Instead of it being the guy that comes out with Roundup Ready or any other chemical to help combat weeds or to protect a crop, I think that you're going to have some innovation with AI and the youth. I think some FFA kids are going to be able to jump into the front seat of something and make some money with this new old technology.
Yeah, exactly. Jan, loving being grandma. Thank you for all the gifts. Alex, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, I mean, if there's an opportunity, I'd love to put my 1951 Ford 8N tractor back on the field and working. Because, it's still 6-volt and I hit the button and it fires right up. Doesn't matter. I think there's a lot of technology to be applied to the furthering of humanity versus the reversing of humanity. And that's the tipping point that I think we're starting to see.
Yep, exactly. Hey, Lord Bullion just showed up. Hey, Lord. I noticed you've been doing lives. I haven't been able to pop in on one yet, but I intend to in the near future. Glad you could make it today, brother. Crystal Zeski she's on Facebook too. She said, hey guys, it's Crystal. And she said, oh, my name is my name on Facebook. Laugh out loud. Exactly. Tina Kelly over on YouTube said, I love Holly John's report and her beautiful doggies. Oh, isn't that true? Very true. Earl Shannon on YouTube said, howdy guys from Minnesota. Hey, Earl, glad you can make it. Hope you're feeling well, brother. Mark Matson was talking about Soil Saviors. Yes, Pat Militich, who's been on the show many times, soilsaviors.org. Go give him a follow on his website. The guy is incredible. He's got a lot of good things going on. Hey, Native San Diegan just showed up. Hey, Native San Diegan, glad you can make it. Oh, shoot, it's sponsor time. Okay, so we are not showing the sponsor websites on TikTok or on the show right now. TikTok doesn't seem to like that for some reason. So I'm just going to verbally tell you what's going on. If you go to samshalhoub.com, you go to My Pillow, click the link, use the code SAM, and you get 80%, up to 80% off of all of your purchases. And he's doing all kinds of sales right now. Mike could use our help. Go to mypillow.com, use the discount code SAM. Also, Neil, Naturopathic. Dr. Neil's a personal friend of mine. If you want hair care products without the toxicity, go to neilnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, that's SAM20, and you'll get 20% off your order. Next, we have Dr. Peter Glidden. Dr. Glidden, as you know, is with us every Friday for our health and wellness segment of the show. If you go to my website, click on Dr. Glidden's button, use the code SAM, you'll get 30% off of his membership. And I see a lot of you have been taking advantage of that. We all need to be on that website. And I personally am on it myself. But go to my website, click on Dr. Glidden's button, and use the code SAM for a 30% discount. And then our newest sponsor, Best Line Racing. Perry has been a guest on the show. He will be back again, I think, next week with some new offers for everybody. But in the meantime, if you're looking for oil additives, fuel additives, Perry's the guy. Go to samshalhoub.com, click on Best Line Racing, the button at the top of the page. It'll take you to his website. Use the code SAM, and you'll get your discount. And then, of course, it wouldn't be a sponsor announcement without Alex's explanation on meditation.
You skipped me yesterday, but that's okay.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
It's the new format, man. I'm all screwed up.
I was just waiting. Yeah, if you click the link in my bio on Amazon, it's a guide, step-by-step guide. It's not a long read. It's quick. It's easy. I share a little bit about my journey and how I came to find meditation. And if you buy the book between now and the end of the year, I will orchestrate a 1-hour training session between you and I, and we can do it together, answer any questions, help you through any challenges. I received a message on one of my videos that someone else has also purchased it recently. And maybe in the very near future, maybe what we'll do is maybe a Saturday Zoom or something and get all of us together, because in the past, I have a Facebook group with 400 people. When you have a group of people doing the meditation together, the synchronicities are freaking mind-blowing. But thank you, Sam, for allowing me to share that with people.
Of course. And the reason I do, Alex, is because I own that book, and you and I have had many discussions about it. And I am so grateful that I had that opportunity, and to have that opportunity, I think everyone should be jumping on that. And I think you'll be very glad that you did.
Meditations are the source of these new videos you're seeing come from me. So.
Yeah, and they're fantastic. Everybody, if you're not following the real Alex yet, get over there and follow him. He's coming out with some great stuff on a daily basis. And then again, I want to mention one more time, I don't know how long this is going to last, but I want everybody to know, if you want to become a super fan on TikTok, it's a 50% discount right now. That's not something I'm doing. That's just something that TikTok is offering. So I wanted to make sure that everybody was aware of it. Okay, let's see here. Jan Lovin being grandma said, nice rig, James. I'm sure she's referring to your helicopter that you had up there. And Dog Lover said, is that yours, James? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be.
Actually, that particular tractor is just an AI. It's some kind of dream truck that they put out there. I believe that one was a Kenworth. But no, that one wasn't mine. Maybe tomorrow I'll put mine up there.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so moving on. So the Federal Reserve did lower 25 basis points yesterday. It didn't seem to do much in terms of the stock market or crypto, which I think is very interesting. Alex, what do you make of this at this point?
Another 25 basis point, blah, 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 blah. What was interesting was the numbers inside of the board and how they voted, because there were several that dissented from even doing the 25 basis points. There was another dissented saying that it wasn't enough. So, I mean, we're seeing these mixed messagings inside of what's going on, and blah, blah, blah. He talks about how he's not seeing this and didn't see that, and too late, pal. We are watching the, in my personal opinion, not financial advice, we are watching the slow death of the central banking system, and they're going to do everything in their power to prolong it as long as they possibly can. But you notice what happened when they did not respond appropriately to what is happening in the financial space. Silver and gold go through the frickin' roof.
Exactly. Dave?
Yeah, me and James ran the numbers yesterday on over a $400,000 house, and that's $19,000 over over 30 years, and that's $40 a month, right, James?
Yeah, that's exactly right. Just so you know, I've been pining for a refinance, and it's kicked the can down the road every month, a quarter, and this cut for December wasn't even supposed to happen. And then all of a sudden, out of the clear blue sky, and I monitor it with AI every day, and they came out with, Dave said it was going to be, he guessed a half a point. President Trump wants 300 basis points, and that probably will happen in January. You know, it's kind of like everything. You decide to pull a pin on something, and a month later, they drop it even further, so you get screwed that much more.
Exactly. Exactly. Well, again, I think we're in the middle of the switch. There's a lot of things happening in precious metals, in cryptocurrency. The central bank, as Alex said, is quickly becoming a thing of the past. How it's all going to play out and when, your guess is as good as mine, but I think we're in the thick of it right now.
What do you guys think of why crypto's taking a hit right now, just going into other investments?
Well, the whole crypto market is between $3 and $4 trillion right now. I think the global asset market is somewhere around 300 trillion, something like that. So if we're at the numbers we're at now at 3 to 4 trillion, what's it going to be like when it's 10%? Or 15% or 20% of the economy? It's going to be a big number. I sure would think. It's not financial advice, buy it on the TikTok shop, but I think it's something to certainly pay attention to. All right. So Amazon now has announced they're spending $35 billion in India to target AI-driven digitization. Now we've got Amazon, we've got IBM, we've got Microsoft. What the hell's going on, Alex?
Well, those are all American companies, and now they're going to invest in India. Sounds like the art of a deal to me, but maybe I could be wrong.
Exactly. Dave?
We're moving our cheap labor to India. That tariff has not been rectified yet between the U.S. and China or India on the front side, on exposure. I think it already has, but that's going to be our cheap labor instead of China.
Yeah, exactly. James?
Well, I think that with Microsoft, and we talked about this yesterday, in a $17 billion addition to AI in India, in Asia over the next 4 years, Amazon in their $35 billion, it sounds like it's a one and done. I think they're going to sign the check, and they're going to get their hand into it. Also, it's kind of like the train leaving the station. These big giants don't want to miss the boat. They want to be a leader.
Well, and I think you're right. And also with Amazon, I don't know if you guys, everybody knows I'm a nerd. I love technology. And I've been monitoring Boston Dynamics. I've been monitoring Tesla. A lot of these AI robots, humanoid robots that are coming out. But in addition to that, there are these new delivery mechanism or delivery. I don't even know what you call them. I don't want to call them a drone because they don't look like a drone. They're not a flying drone, but they're on wheels. And those wheels become stationary. And then these delivery, what's the word I'm looking for? Delivery machines, for lack of a better term. They actually can climb stairs. And they're showing them climbing stairs and then rolling and then climbing stairs in the snow, on ice. So does this mean that Amazon is looking at possible delivery expansion in India? It's possible. I don't know, but you've got a lot of technology that's coming to the forefront right now. Personal air flying vehicles, delivery mechanisms, and products that are machines that are delivering under any kind of circumstances or weather. And this is a big deal. And Amazon, I think, is on the cutting edge of that.
I think Amazon at one point wanted a 4-hour delivery after you ordered it, and I think that's even better now. I think within the hour or something like that.
Well, you know what's interesting, Dave? So I owned a technology company back from 97 to 2001. I had a partner, and so I was in the middle of it during the dot-com boom. And there were all these websites that were being created at that time. And what they were doing was they were delivering products in an hour. Right now, they didn't have the infrastructure. What is that, Alex?
At India?
That's power lines in India.
Oh, okay.
Good God.
I think they need some infrastructure help.
Right, exactly.
Holy moly.
But back in the 97 to 2000, the dot-com boom, there was these companies that popped up. Now, they weren't associated with brick and mortar companies yet, so they were just startups. But literally, in fact, I ordered from a few of them just to see if it worked. And sure enough, they had the products in my home at my home in an hour. So it wouldn't surprise me that Amazon, it's taken 20 years to get to a point where the dot-coms merged with the brick and mortar to deliver a product or a service in a timely fashion. Amazon is on the cutting edge of that. And I just think we're just seeing the infancy of it right now. Alex, were you going to say something? Oh, did we lose Alex?
I think he's getting a picture or something.
Oh, okay.
Or a phone call.
Yeah, I don't know. He just
Something.
went black. You still there, Alex? Okay, well, let's move on. So President Trump announced that the United States has seized a tanker ship off the coast of Venezuela, the largest one ever seized. And now other things, President Trump said, now other things are happening. James, what do you make of it?
Well, the name of the ship is called the Skipper. The Skipper has been known to report its location where it's not, or saying it's somewhere where it's really not. Obviously, it's a cover for a drug boat. We've been watching this thing from space for some time, and for us to finally pounce on it, I'm kind of curious to see what the cargo was or is. If we did it for a reason. If we just don't go hold people up, we don't stick a gun in their back and say, put your hands up and, we're going to cuff you and stuff you. There's a reason why we got that boat. And my bet, and it could be a steak, it could be a case of beer, I don't care. But what I'm saying is there's something in that ship that wasn't oil.
Well, and again, we have to look at human trafficking. We have to look at armaments or military, accoutrement. And I don't know what it is, but I find it interesting that they made such a big deal about seizing that one particular boat. I mean, let's not forget about Evergreen, all the stuff that was going on with them back in 2020. What was Hillary Clinton's tag name? Evergreen. Sorry, James, go ahead.
The other part is that particular boat was flying flag from a South American country where it was not, in fact, registered. According to the United States official with knowledge of the seizure, it was seized because of its past links to smuggling illicit Iranian oil, not because of the ties to the Maduro regime, although it was carrying Venezuela oil. A federal judge authorized a seizure warrant for the tanker roughly 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, exactly. Dana Mackey said they agree, James. Kissing Band and Lipstick said steak and beer, James. Ego said yes, James. Looks like D said tell the Democrats that, James. Mark Madsen said human trafficking is my guess. I think that's probably has something to do with it. Did I get everybody on that one? No, Dave, go ahead.
I think the cheapest part of the cargo on that was the oil. Whether it was drugs and it'll be coming out.
Yeah, 100%. Well, I don't know how much of this we're going to know the truth of. I think it's happening, and I think it's happening right before our eyes, but I don't know how much of it will be revealed to the public. Alex, any thoughts?
So I'm going to go with the oil side of it because there's 1.6 billion barrels annually that are pirated oil, refined outside of production facilities that it's not supposed to be. So that's about $150 billion a year annually. The theft, the bunkering, the smuggling, the sanction evasions, the number one perpetrators of sanction evasions are Iran, Russia, and Venezuela. So maybe there's something more to the story, but I'm thinking it's probably an illegal tanker full of oil that's not supposed to be delivering oil.
Yeah, I'm sure that's part of it. Yeah.
Part of the drill baby drill means you're going to do it right or you're going to get shut down.
Yep. Mark Matson said human trafficking is my guess. PJ Party said Epstein was on that boat. Exactly. Always one in the crowd. Oh my gosh. Wildlife fan said dark to light. Yes, 100%. 100%. David Morrell said marine traffic is the biggest polluter by the very nature of the fuel used. Nobody mentions that. Very good point, David. Very good point. All right, moving on. So this is what I titled the dispatch this morning, the Trump card. Now, the Q drops have talked about the Trump card. When does the Trump card get played? And yesterday, President Trump announced the gold card, the Trump gold card, is now available. It's a direct path to citizenship for all qualified and vetted people. He said it was so exciting. Our great American companies can finally keep their invaluable talent. Now, Alex, what do you make of this? I mean, the Trump card, the gold card, what do you think?
I don't think the gold card is the Trump card. The posts, there's two posts, 1201 and 2936. 1201 says, trap card played, nice work. That's posted by an anon. And Q responded, Trump card coming. 2936 says, at what stage in the game do you play the Trump card? And I don't think we're there yet. I think it's going to get again to that precipice moment when everybody thinks that Lois Lane is dead and Trump's going to swoop down with that Trump card and go, oh, wait a minute, here's what's really going on. And I don't know, maybe that's the grand jury unsealing all of the Epstein, Ghislaine Maxwell stuff. What if the Trump card is, oh, by the way, he was an FBI informant that brought Epstein to his demise, not the pictures and crap and everything else that the D's were trying to push as far as the, hoax. I don't know. We won't know until it's, on his forehead and the world seeing it.
Right.
It's coming.
Dave?
Thinking about all this stuff, and the next thing is talking about the border wall and stuff. We don't talk about the border wall. There's all this other stuff going on, from Trump cards to all that. It's exciting it's bigger fires. So it's exciting.
James?
Well, the DHS gets a $15,000 processing fee for this card, and and you get a background approval. It's basically a contribution of $1 million to receive U.S. residency in record time. The other card that doesn't get talked about is the Trump Platinum card, and foreign nationals can sign up for their place on the waiting list for the Platinum card. When launched, $15,000 processing fee, a $5 million contribution, and they will have the ability to spend up to 270 days in the United States without being subject to U.S. taxes on non-U.S. income. So basically it's saying, if you want to come here and work and you want to make big money, you're going to pay us to do that. So it's a tariff basically on the ability to people to come here and legally perform U.S. business.
Yeah, and they're all vetted and properly vetted.
Absolutely.
Mark Matson said, doesn't that card cost $5 million? I think it's $5 million, isn't it?
The Platinum is $5 million, yes.
The Platinum. Okay, what's the gold card then? Is that $1 million, or I don't know? It's a big number.
That's the $1 million, but what that $1 million gets you is a hyper vetted, and you get to become a U.S. resident much quicker.
Okay, got it. Larry 43442 said Trump card will be he runs in 2028. Oh, interesting. I didn't think about that. That's quite possible. Pure Blood Holly John said he drops these phrases to make up pay attention for sure. Yeah, 100% he does. No question in my mind. No question. All right, moving on to our last story. And I'm coming to you first on this one, James. The Trump administration announced plans Wednesday to add another militarized zone to the southern border, this time in California. James, what do you make of it?
Well, it's not surprising when you have judges that keep trying to block President Trump and his decisions to try to influence ICE and have a presence. If they keep combating him, how can they combat the military if he just declares it his own? It's his right. He's the commander in chief. Oh, there's a
the Trump train, Benji 1959. Sorry, James, go ahead.
So President Trump obviously is well within his right to declare anywhere in the United States a military zone. Actually, according to President Trump, in this hemisphere, we're not going to be the world police. But if we want to put up a new military installation or declare another military installation in California, it's his right, and it's what we want. That's what we voted for.
Right, exactly. Dozer21 said National Guard to run the midterms with paper. Well, I think that's coming. I don't know if it's going to be for 2026, but I think one day paper ballots is coming. Alex?
Paper ballots, one day voting, some things before the Supreme Court right now. There's a lot going on. I think we're just going to have to be patient, as Dave so eloquently let his family know. Just be patient. I don't think the man passes gas without letting us know ahead of time who he's going to crop dust.
Well, and I think that's how the Q drops, they're specifically laid out in increments of time and events. And I think President Trump is Q plus. Absolutely. Dave?
Yeah, actually the Department of Interior is transferring in jurisdiction over approximately 760 acres of public land in San Diego and the counties around there to the Department of Navy for a period of 3 years to utilize that area to stop them coming in and out. Remember, a lot of Chinese nationalists came through that area.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no idea who came through that area.
Exactly.
I know, but
Nigerians,
just knowing.
Iraqis, Chinese nationalists, like there's so many actors in this country right now. And I think the reason he's focusing on California is because that's probably the last line that has been the weakest right now. So it makes sense.
And I don't think they all came in under Biden. I don't think that for a second. I think they've been coming in for 20, 30 years under multiple presidents, including Republican presidents. Just my opinion. David Morale says, things that POTUS says may not have relevance to us normies, but you can bet your butt that the elites are running to the restroom. 100% I agree. 100% I agree, David. Couldn't be more on target. All right, everybody. So let's see. We are at 111,000 likes. You guys are awesome. Just incredible. So I'm going to sign off now on X, Facebook, YouTube, and Rumble. As you know, we cannot play the music over there. They get their panties in a bunch, and they, I got all the stuff. So what I'm going to, that might be a new interstatism. But what I'm going to do is sign you off now over on those other platforms. We'll be back tomorrow morning, Friday, 9 a.m. Pacific. It will be health and wellness, and Dr. Glidden will be joining us. So I hope you